want to invite you to imagine something with me. I want to imagine that there's a man in Nashville, Tennessee, or a man in Columbia, Missouri, or El Paso, Texas, that is trying his best to be a father and a husband and a part of his church, but he's stuck. And this man needs something. This man needs a fresh, powerful encounter with the gospel. He needs a fresh and powerful encounter with Christ so that he can walk into the destiny and the purpose that God created him for. In 2006, Lake Valley Community Church in Hot Springs felt the same need for the men of their church. And so we began putting together the men of the Ouachitas at that time, which later became For King and Kingdom. And over a period of years, it developed into a very powerful, very life-changing experience for a lot of men. And then the elders at Lake Valley decided that this was too good for us to keep, so let's figure out how to give this away to other churches. And that's when For King and Kingdom was formed. A lot has happened in For King and Kingdom over those years, and I'll always be grateful for the impact it's had on my life, the impact it's had on the men, the families that I love, especially the impact it's having on the kingdom and the church that God has called into existence to bring the gospel to the world. As I think about those early years, I'm just very grateful and thankful. It was slow. We had a lot to learn. But I'm very grateful for the men and the families that encouraged us, supported us, were patient with us as we learned how to develop the material that we need. We learned how to actually create the foundation for this ministry. I'm especially grateful for Lake Valley and the support, the encouragement, the physical labor, the financial support, the brain power that went into helping us get to where we had to get to learn how to give this to other people. You know, over 15 years ago, it would have been hard to imagine that where we sit today, that we would have added 6 new partner churches alone in 2024 and have plans to add 3 more churches to our network the early part of 2025, which would put us to 20 network churches in the For King and Kingdom ministry. This year, we've also added a new training process for men who want to learn more about how to be a part of serving and leading the For King and Kingdom retreat. Tier 1, Tier 2 training. We just completed our first 5-month Tier 2 night training for men in our network. It's been very successful. We're already scheduling and signing up new men for our network churches for 2025. All this is exciting. But what's really exciting is that at this point in time, over 1,600 men have participated in a For King and Kingdom retreat. And can you imagine the impact that that's making and has made in the lives of the churches and the men and their families and their community? That 1,600 men have had the same experience that many of you have and have taken that home with them and have implemented that in their own spiritual growth and their own pursuit of their own destiny. So imagine with me again these men in El Paso or Nashville or Columbia, Missouri that have yet to experience what you've experienced. Imagine with me what will happen in their community and their life when they get to experience a For King and Kingdom retreat. Imagine that you can be a part of that. Imagine that your gifts of time, talent, and treasure can pay it forward to help these men walk into their kingdom destiny. During this season of giving, would you prayerfully consider helping us reach that man in Texas, that man in Tennessee, that man in Oklahoma City? Would you give serious thought and prayer to becoming a financial supporter and a financial partner with For King and Kingdom? I hope that you will. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.